everyone. This time just a quick one. I'm making a nacho cheese sauce. As you can see here, I have loads of cheese, some jalapeno, some snack peppers, and a good bit of butter as well. Then a cup of milk, more cheese, and flour. So you need 2 tablespoons of butter. I'll just add as much as I need. 2 tablespoons of flour, 1 cup of milk, cheese as much as you want, and sea salt. So now let's get heating and move this out of the way. So on a medium heat, what you do is you melt your butter, which takes a moment. So yeah, like I said, it's gonna be probably a quick one. I hope so, at least, because I'm hungry. And if not, then not. So as you can see, our butter is beginning to melt. There's a bit of pepper in there, but that's okay. So essentially what you're doing now, or what I'm doing now, I'm making something called a roux, right? So you need to melt your butter on a medium heat. It's not the most entertaining thing, to do, but yeah, you have to do it. And once the butter is melted, we're gonna put in 2 tablespoons of flour. So my nachos are already in the oven, and yes, they also have cheese on top. Just because it's supposed to be super cheesy. And I had loads of cheese in the fridge. I didn't want it to go off. So now when our butter is melted, as you can see here, it's all nicely melted. Let's just turn it down a little bit more, just in case. I'm going to take my flour and drop in the 2 tablespoons, 1 and 2. Nice heaped tablespoons of flour, and just incorporate that so that it thickens. So it can take a while sometimes, depending on, of course, the heat you're using, and other times it can take, or it can be fairly quick. So now that that is done, we add our milk. Perfect. Now we leave that to thicken as well and keep mixing. So, and you can put in any kind of cheese that you want. A good basis, of course, is always either an American, processed kind of cheese if you want to go down the authentic, like cinnamon nacho sauce. But like, the better the cheese, the better the sauce. So, like, you can use a good cheddar, or yeah, any kind of melty cheese that you like. Like, I'm gonna use Gouda and cheddar as a mix. So this is now thickening nicely. So let's get our cheese in, or at least the Gouda first. Let's get that in. It's gonna be super cheesy because I'm using two different kinds of cheese, and I'm using a lot of it. So just need to melt that down. And then once the cheese is melted, I'm going to add the peppers and the jalapeno, whatever way you want to pronounce that. So our cheese is slowly melting. So I'm going to add my cheddar cheese. It's like half a pack of the 250 grams, so 125 grams of cheddar go in now. And you need to constantly stir, because otherwise it'll burn at the bottom, and you really don't want that to happen. So yeah, it's just bubbling away and bubbling away. As you can see here, it's slowly melting down and creating our cheese sauce. So depending on how much bite you want in your vegetables, you can put them in earlier or later. I'm gonna put them in now, so they add flavor, of course, through and spice, especially through the jalapeno. Now I've used jalapenos from a glass. You can use fresh ones if you like, but that's all up to taste. So now all it needs to do is simmer down, slowly but surely. Simmer down and get nice and thick, like yeah. So I'm gonna let that thicken, and I'll be back in just a moment when it's really nice and thick and when the nachos are out. So for you, it's blink of an eye as always. So, and we're back. The cheese sauce is now done. As you can see here, it's nice and gloopy and cheesy and yeah, just goodness on a plate. The nachos are ready. So what I'm gonna do is going to take my spatula and just kind of go into the middle here, because you know what? You can break some of them, and that's absolutely fine. So now let's just take our mixed nachos, then have cheese in the middle as well, and place them on our plates. So something like this. Of course we can try to spread them out a little bit, but you know what? They're nachos. Like, we're not talking about MasterChef-y nachos or anything. So as you can see here, are lovely nachos already. So I'm gonna try to make it well in the middle a little bit to give way, or maybe not to the side, doesn't really matter, for our cheese sauce. And then we just drop that lovely sauce on here. I'm gonna be dipping away. Dipping away. And now down here as well. So it's just gonna be nice and cheesy and lovely. And I've made so much that I can probably have a lot of people over. Which I won't, because it's Corona. But yeah, it's not gonna go to waste. So as always, thank you for watching. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Click like and subscribe and the little buttons. And if you want to support me, why don't you head on over to Patreon and pledge a $5. It's not going to hurt you as much, but it's going to be really helpful to me. And yeah, to keep all of this lovely stuff going. So as always, thank you for watching. Peace out, which way ever you prefer, and depending on the country. I'm your Steve. Bye bye.